A very good morning from Brazil. Good morning from Portugal. Good afternoon from India. Good day to all viewers, all speakers, all participants, those who are watching us on this historical moment, which is a 2 days conference hosted at Portugal under leadership of Elizabeth. Today is the opening. We will be listening to the speakers on the topic education and sustainability. We have been discussing this topic from long way. It was a matter of a year. A number of webinars has been conducted. I, S.K. Singh, founder of Global Edu Leaders Forum, formally welcome you all host, speakers, and participants. Global Edu Leader Forum is a platform where we all educators are connected. We are sharing our practices to each other. We are discussing our routine value-based education system sitting in different part of this country. That's how this platform become a global platform. We have members, those who are going to watch us, more than 21 countries. This all programs are going to be broadcast at Facebook, YouTube, and other social media channels at the same time. It is proud moment for all of us. Coming 2 days, we will be touching the topic related to education and sustainability. On this auspicious occasion, I would like to formally welcome Madam Maria, who is always inspiration and guide for all of us. I would like to welcome Dr. Elizabeth for hosting this conference, taking the lead. I would like to welcome all my guest speakers, Professor C.B. Singh, Dr. Tan, Dr. Vijay Kulkarni, Dr. Louis, Miss Wilma, who will be taking care of the secretarial part of the GEL Forum on behalf of Global Edu Leader Forum. Beatrice Lucia, who is a global coordinator. Without her contribution, this conference was not possible. If we look into the journey, once we talk the topic, sustainable development, especially in education. So starting from primary education, going to middle education, and then schools, and then coming to the higher education. In number of series, more than 100 plus webinars we have conducted. All researchers, young leaders, those who have submitted their articles, and this is all going to be discussed in this point. I request C.B. Singh sir, just mute yourself. Once we talk about the sustainability is a topic which includes three major important things: air, water, and earth. Whatever we have today, of course, it is a nature of the gift, or it is a creation of this world. But we have to utilize and preserve it. Cutting tree means planting tree. Polluting tree, water means purifying water. So without nature, survival is impossible. United Nations has come up with the 2030 goal, which has 17 sustainable goals. Out of 17 sustainable goals, we have touched 4 to 5. Education and sustainability, once we say, this is the awareness campaign starting from school till college, postgraduate, graduates. Under SDG 17, if we talk about the quality education, what is the quality education? Quality education is the development of a skill. Quality education is the awareness of the nature preservation. Quality education means collaborative learning, sharing and caring, or this is only getting marks and getting jobs. So widely, once we discuss this topic, there are a number of good things which are going to come, which are going to affect our nature. So if I say in other words, this educational sustainable goals can be looked into in terms of quality of education, in terms of skill development, in terms of collaboration, in terms of critical thinking, in terms of leadership, and more than that, compassion. If you're cutting a tree, they are also having pain. If you're finding someone hungry, your emotional connect become most important factor. If you're using a water drops, closing the water tap can be also your contribution. Switching on the light and switching off the light can be also contribution for the nature. And more than that, our leadership and communication. Dear all my honorable speakers, those who are going to share your thought, Global Leader Forum is a just platform where we connect you all galaxy of intellectuals who has a wide range of experience of their life. And Global Leader Forum tagline is connecting head to heart. We have a number of information in our brain. Are we processing in right direction? If not, let's take a place. Let's understand the pain of others. Let's understand the pain of Mother Earth. Let's understand the pain of animals on the earth. Let's understand the pain of the all living organisms, those who are being killed by pesticides and in the name of just moderation. This is all my request to all my speakers. The journey of gel is connecting you from heart. Journey of gel, our global edu leader is not ending up with the book and knowledge. Either it is a students from age of 10 to 15 years, either the students of 18 to 25 years, and later on in life, if they inculcate good values, I'm sure we can leave this world a happy world for coming generation. My last point to all of you, that these fruits which we are eating, of course, these plants were not planted by us. These waters which we are using, of course, it is a gift of nature. The clothes, food, every element somehow is coming from this nature. So it is our sole duty to preserve it. It is our sole duty to make people aware so we can have a happy and healthy world. This is all about my feelings. Once again, distance from head to heart is a shortest distance. It is around 12 to 18 inch, but it takes entire life to get connected. So all my delegates, all my speakers, once again, I welcome you with my folded hand. Take this journey to the heart of human being, heart of small children, heart of each teacher, heart of each individuals, because we have ample knowledge which are available on the Google platform, which are available in the books. It's a time to practice it. So once again, I welcome you all speakers, all viewers, and whosoever is going to watch. It is a day to pledge from your heart that we will make this world sustainable. We will make this nature sustainable. We will manage as much modernization at the same way nature preservation. This is all for today from my end. Once again, Professor Beatrice, this program was not possible without your contribution. Madam Elizabeth, you are the another pillar who has always taken this lead. And Wilma is on the screen, Dr. Tan is on the screen, Dr. Vijay Kulkarni is on the screen, and Dr. CVC is on the screen. Further proceedings to you all. Once again, welcome from Global Edu Leaders Forum. Thank you.
Thank you. So I'm just going to say some words on this opening session. So I want to all of our colleagues, so dear colleagues, researchers, keynote speakers, and all the presenters that I desire that will be here today also, but they aren't. So I welcome you to the Global Conference of Education and Sustainability 2023. Education and sustainability are relevant topics, especially nowadays on the 21st century, in these times, sometimes in the contributed times that we are passing through. These topics, so as Mr. Singh told, so really deserves our attention, our reflection, and especially our research about it. Education, so, is the base of the societies, and for sure that represents the future that all we wish that will be sustainable for the futures, for the next generations. So we deserve a better future, so to preserve the one we have it, and special to guarantee sustainability and so better times for the future that sometimes that are not easy so to preview, but that we are doing our best, and this conference is indeed one of that contributions that we might to do to this future to be sustainable, where education has really important role on it. In our conference, we received submissions of 62 papers from several countries of 3 continents, where are included the countries with more contributions from Brazil, then India, Indonesia, Cambodia, Pakistan, Croatia, Ukraine, China, UK, and of course, Portugal. So I thanks for all the papers from the 3 continents and all the contributions, because in our conference we will have interesting presentations of the papers that are based in empirical research, theoretical, practical contributions, and also so theoretical contributions and some case studies. So these presentations are really very interesting, as well as are the presenters, the presentations of our keynote speakers. So that will present education and sustainability in their own view and different views of the speakers to talk about the reflections, talk about the research they done about these topics, and for sure that are very, very interesting, because our speakers are of high quality and have really interesting points of view about it. So I would like once more to welcome, in the name of the University of Aveiro and myself, so to the conference that I wish that will be so excellent conference and very fruitful for everyone. So welcome and have a fruitful and excellent conference. So who will be next to present?
Okay, I guess I will. Hi everyone, I'm Vilma Barbosa from Brazil, and now I'm presenting you our, can you see my screen? So welcome to our conference. I will present to you our supporters. So our special thank you to Global Edu Leaders Forum and also Global Delhi Public School. Universidade de Aveiro, Portugal. And our special thank you to GEMPA, Grupo de Estudos Multidisciplinar em Produção Acadêmica, that is led by Dr. Maria Emilia Camargo. This was one of the biggest ones who were our supporters with the most quantity of articles. Thank you so much, everyone, special Dr. Maria Emilia. Also, we had the help of Mestrado em Sistemas Produtivos and all these universities together. Without you, nothing would be possible. Thank you so much. MIT Square, we transform your life. Thank you for your support. Raj Square, count on us anytime. Thank you so much. Also, Believe in You Online English School for supporting this event. Dr. Valeria Cezakowski Hadlik. She's a doctor, surgeon, and she's a member of the Brazilian group of melanoma. Banksy Cobb, thank you so much for your support. Global Academy, thank you. And also Budankant University and Wasidav, thank you. Tessa from Florida University, USA. Adikia, the Party University, the Innovation University, thank you for your support. Centro Universitário FACVEST. VLS Bisotto, Assessoria Acadêmica e Contábil. Thank you. So these are some of the people who were behind our conference. Thank you so much for believing in our hard work. Thank you.
Heartiest welcome to Madam Maria. Without your contribution, we are incomplete. Your blessings are always with us. You inspire us a lot. You have been always witnessing and empowering us. So welcome to you and my heartfelt gratitude.
Thank you.
Professor SK, Professor CBC, your view is in your WhatsApp, okay? Please. SK, please, Dr. CBC. Last speaker. SK, you muting. SK, please. Your phone is mute. Please, SK.
My phone
Yes,
is
thank you.
on.
Thank you.
My phone is on. Yeah. Okay, no issue. So we'll continue. So you can just read the name, nothing else. Yeah. Dr. Jose is not here. So invite Dr. Chai Sing Chan. I think he can continue. Then if he comes, yeah, just read out his profile. Yeah. Yeah, start. You can. Yeah. Let's not wait.
Okay. All right, so let's get started. Our moderator had a problem, so she's late, but we can get started. Let's get started with our speakers. The first one that we're gonna call is Dr. Luis. Is he around?
Not at time.
No. Dr. Chai Ching Tan.
Yeah,
There he is. Okay, there you are. Welcome. So
Welcome.
I'm gonna introduce you, then you can go on your speech. So Dr. Choi Chin Tan is Assistant to President Nakhon Swan Hajhat University, Doctor of Business Administration, Southern Cross University, Australia, 2009, PhD qualified exam and course fully completed and passed, January 1991. Mechanical Engineering, University of Wisconsin, USA, Master in Advanced Business Management Practice, University of South Australia, 2004. Master of Bachelor in Mechanical Engineering, University of Wisconsin, 1985-1991. U.S. Naval Research Scholarship, U.S. Submarine Propulsion System, U.S. Naval Research Scholarship with the University of Wisconsin, 1988-1991. Professional Engineer Member, the Institute of Engineers, 2002. And also, he is the ISO 9001 2000 series lead auditor certification from Thailand, 2004. Areas of business discipline, publications, strategic management, tourism and service industries, ethics and corporate social responsibility. Buddhist approach to management, branding, and marketing, social entrepreneurship. Organizational learning, quality and management systems, food management systems, operations management and supply chain, organization development, business competency development, organizational and consumer behaviors, areas of engineering discipline, publications, combustion, heat and mass transfer, computational fluid mechanism, robotics, controls, and automation control. Dr. Chan, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Professor Amar. And Can I share my slides? Okay, then how long is my presentation sharing? 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Okay, let me share my screen. The host has to enable me to share the screen.
Beatriz, please give him the right to share.
Yeah.
Vilma, pede para ele me mandar. Ele está pedindo para compartilhar, mas ele precisa me mandar.
Now you try. I have
Just give him the permission.
here.
Okay.
Still disable participant screen sharing.
I guess now you can.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Now it's okay. Thank you. Dear friends and colleagues, I would like to probably make a very short presentation. It could be long, it could be short. It depends on the speed of my presentations, but I would extend the great speech of our professors, S.K. Singh, and he was mentioning about the education and sustainability, connecting our heart to starting from our heart and connecting from our heart to whatever we do. So he was demonstrating that the distance from heart to from the head to our heart is very short, but again, it takes a long lifetime to really understand. And so thank you, Professors S.K. Singh. And also, I would like to extend also from Professors Elizabeth talking about education is the base of our society. So today, I'm honored to extend Professor Elizabeth, which is I would demonstrate a very important concept, which is called competency or competence, which is very important in education and applied to develop our society. Again, not extending beyond sustainability, meaning that I would see how to convey the message that education through competency development to develop a society that can really achieve sustainability. So that would be my topic. And again, these pictures really demonstrate and speak to the heart of Professors S.K. Singh, which is educations nowadays. I think it's very important. We really have to do something to connect our heart and bodies and mind. And it's never straightforward. Okay, so again, let me start. Now, the competences, and capabilities are very important concepts and construct in education and especially in businesses. But we are very much confused. So today I have the opportunity to take these forums to share some of the concepts that we can make an easy understanding. But again, they are very important because without the competency or competences or capability, which I would elaborate on the differences very soon. But again, they influence the behaviors and performances, and that is my starting. And it focuses on production. We are not talking about other things, competences. We're focused on production. You're producing things. It is really initiating and creating from the pool of knowledge that we have to complement whatever theories of strategies and competitions we all learn in the schools of management. Now, if you look at the cup, this cup, it's able to hold the water. And why it is able to hold the water? Because it has the competencies to hold the water. Why is it so? Because it was developed in such a way within the structures of molecules or whatever, engineering the structures or whatever structures, rational structures, rules and regulation, and the way you position the molecules, whatever, in such a way that it's able to hold the water. So it is a competency out of a structure. And if you look into violin, it is able to produce a sound, vibration, and through vibrations, that is competency. And so something very important in education, but we neglect in business. And I very much was always enlightened by Professors S.K. Singh in education and Professor Beatrice in the passion for education. So it brought me back to understand competency, the role of competency, which we learn from education to apply to business. If we look into bicycles, it brings us everywhere to wherever we want to go. That is competencies. All this is beyond the surface that we are touching upon. If you look into the surface, we are talking about performance of firm, performance of company, product and services, the brand. But below that is the whole competence. It's the things that drive the function, to drive the productive functions, to drive the working of that we are able to create the product and services, and that is education is where about. So we have to let the public, the society understand that education is really at the core of the business. If we are not able to develop the structure to produce competences, to produce competency, then our businesses are in trouble. So competences creates the consistencies on our surface. Whatever you want to say in our surface is sustainability, also created from the competencies. So the contributions can be extending to professors S.K. Singh and our professors Elizabeth and our professors Beatrice. That education and sustainability, the core of my talk is the competence as the one of the important foundation and driving force for sustainability. Even so, competences are emergent properties of our social activity. So if we want to do a good job in our competences, in our education, in our productivity, in our work, the social is very important. Social activities, social technical activity. Technical is always there to bring us to improve the functions of our social society, such as technologies. Okay, so what exactly is competences? Now let's make it a little bit simple. Professor Prahlad, which is an Indian. Indians are very great philosophers, and they have very, very great businessmen and business professors, business engineers in the world. And one of them is Prahlad was looking into the concepts of competences and competencies. So let's say something that is very tangible, we're able to see. We call it resources. So we use resources for our education. We use resources for our sustainability. But something that is less visible and less tangible, that is a process. It's a process of creating, making use of the resources, and that itself is a resources. But it is less visible, tangible types of process-oriented resources, and we call that capability. And with that capability, the structure, we are, and together with the resources that we are able to see, together we produce what we call competence. So it's a value-adding combinations of resources and capability that we produce competence. So in businesses, we use the word competence to create a barrier to competition that can produce market opportunity and necessity and creates all types of product and services. Economy of skills. And in doing so, hopefully, we are not disturbing the world, like Professor S.K. Singh said, which is called global sustainability. I think that is very important. Now, in competences, once we use the resources and capability to create the competences, how do we make use of it? We have to make sure that it span across the whole organization, and it focuses on things that really can compete in the market. We call competitive locus, and it has the sustainability for a long time, short period of time, whatever. That is the core. If we are able to make a difference in these three dimensions, that is our core competences, and that core competences are the competences that make a difference in our businesses. And again, we all know that competences are not straightforward. from our unconscious competences of unconscious incompetences all the way to conscious competences development. And then slowly, once we build the skills and knowledge, it becomes our normal life, and that becomes unconscious competences. And so there are many different types of competences. It could be ambiguity competences, in the sense that that in educations we help in education we talk about the Bloom typologies of training. And what we in businesses we talk about simultaneous exploration and simultaneous exploitation. So we have the support of Innovation University. How we becomes innovative? We becomes innovative because of we have the capability to sense the opportunity and respond to the opportunity of innovation. And we have the ability to restructure our resources and capability and competences for our benefit. That is called exploitation. We have entrepreneurial competences that help us to earn money. We have innovation competences, different types of competences. We have value innovations that simultaneously targeting on the new market, and also at a very reasonable lower cost. And we can also disrupt it. We can have very radical technological applications, or we can do some normal incremental way. We have the don't forget about that we are all into AI. So we have the Industry 4.0 competences, meanings that we have to get updated with all the technologies such as additive manufacturing, augmented reality, automations, big data, and Internet of People. And eventually it's not only internet connecting the sensors and the machinery. We have to use internet to connect the people, but we have not reached that stage yet. It's going to take a long while. And we have philosophy driving the business competences that Professors S.K. Singh and Professors Elizabeth talk about. And one of the very successful companies in organization in China hired groups of refrigerators and all kind of white goods manufacturer, and they used the philosophy, the water, to help them transform from almost near bankrupt companies back in 1984. Starting with 1984, they start to talk about water because water is very humble. Water is very humble. If you look into the water, it flows from all the rivers and all the way to the ocean because it goes to the lower level. So the more humble we are, the more creative we are, the more capable we are, and that humbleness embraces people. So philosophy driving business competences development. And so my final discussions is after understanding the concepts, let me introduce probably 1 minute or 2 minutes very fast. I'm not going to get into the statistical understandings, but it is a case where I personally involved, which is to build competences of a community and to help them develop their businesses. They're targeting sustainability. And what I would like to do is that I would like to use competencies, or individual competencies, or certain career competencies, which we combine to become business competences, which we can combine to deliver the capability to exploit opportunity and to explore opportunity. We call ambidextrous opportunity, and from there. We build the characters. So we have a lot of C's here. We have competencies, we have competences, we have capabilities, and we have the characters. And so how you build the competences? You can build competences that have a strong organizational characters. So organizational characters is the key driving force, such as sustainability characters that drive us to develop the competences, business competences. Business competences, there are a lot of things. I have just given a couple of illustrations. I'm not going to go through this because of the time constraint. But again, if we have the time next time, I will slowly drill down to this page because it really takes some time to develop. What I'm trying to say is that that competencies are our personal individual competencies that we education professors used to understand. For example, if we teach students, we develop their conceptual competencies. We build their social competencies so that they can be in harmony with their friends. We build their career competencies so that they're equipped with knowledge. We ask them to repeat so that we build their skills. And we combine all these personal and occupational competencies to business competences in such a way that the value they create, they call that creating the value with other colleagues and create the value for the businesses. And they are capable to coordinate and integrate different jobs, functions, and departments to deliver a very strong characters that and a competitive advantage. That can help them to generate a lot of economic profits, and that is essential understanding. So what I did was that I used that concepts to help the community. It was very unsustainable, and we developed the community development skills. For example, all kinds of competency. They have to have competencies in testing the coffee. They have to have competencies on developing all kinds of cultural products. And they have to have competencies of planting. They have to have competencies of developing, understanding the soils combinations. It brought into a business model competences that engage with customers. You can see, and eventually the community was very sustainable and it's very green. Plenty of water. They never utilize chemicals. It's all organic and things like that. So if you look carefully, that the communities develop the competencies of human capital. They build the capitals of everyone in the community, and they build because they are trying to focus on community-based tourism. So community-based tourism's competencies, how you manage it in this perspective is very important. They need to continuously look into their resources and turn into innovative products. So innovation competencies is very important. They have to understand each of the tourism resources. So the competencies of ability to utilize the resources are very important, and to manage it, and including the attitudes. And social activities are very important. In combination, it delivers the value to the tourists and to develop a set of tourist experiences product, which you can see here. Right here, testings and bringing them to see and experiences, and eventually deliver economic value and cultural value, that everyone feel that their cultures is better and being preserved, and they have a better social impact, social infrastructures, and better water systems, and better educations, and better healthcare caring, and also they see their environments becomes more green. And so again, we as education professors, we have to, I'm demonstrating to you that we are actually using one of very important concepts in education, which is called competency or competence to implant that concept into each of the community members, and allow them to use that concept to transform and to develop and to create their businesses for sustainability in the three domains of Professor S.K. Singh has repetitively reinforced, which is social, culture, and economics and environment. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Professor Tan.
Thank you.
Lots of technical informations which has enlightened us with lots of graphics, data presentation. Of course, indeed, such informations our young leaders, youth will take it forward. This is the time to welcome and invite Dr. Vijay Kulkarni. Can I have pleasure to inviting you?
Yeah, thank you. I am here.
Okay.
Am I audible?
So, yeah, you are audible. My heartfelt gratitude to invite you as a speaker. Dr. Vijay Kulkarni has almost 3 decades of experience in the blended industry of education. He is a passionate about education and has completed his master's in various disciplines such as MSW, PGDRS, MBA, MCOM, MMM, LLB, MPhil, PhD. Indeed, it's giving me internal excitement to know more, to listen more. He has worked in the different capacities, including Director in Management Institute. He is a government certified internal auditor for ISO 9001 to 20015. He is a yellow and green belt holder of Six Sigma. He represents various national and international level bodies. He is widely known as a corporate trainer and instrumental in imparting different training programs in the area of personality development, communication skills, team building, key responsibilities area, KRA. His outstanding skills in preparing need-based and customized training program. He is a passionate about the Bharatiya knowledge system and its relevance in teaching learning process. He is a recipient of n number of awards in his name, which has given him another responsibility. Once you are being awarded and people know you, the expectations have gone very high. So few of the award which I can read it out is Radhika Bai Apte Award from SPPU Pune University for securing highest marks in his domain. Best Youth Leader Award from Ministry of HRD, Government of India. Lifetime Achievement Award in Management. Ideal Teacher Award, We Care. And he has been awarded with World Book Record, London, for his outstanding work during the pandemic. He's a great understanding about the rural problems and has been instrumental in working with the different number of NGOs with the people participation, sustainable development. He closely worked with the different stakeholders and has been part of the different committees to carry out the impact assessment studies. He has published over 10 different books related to the management domain, such as strategic management. His recent book is entitled as a research methodology, concept and cases, marketing research, theory and practices, organizational behavior. Recently, he has delivered a keynote address at the Dhaka, Bangladesh in second IPM HR Summit. Delegations digitalizations of HR management. He has also delivered address in Asia Pacific University, Dhaka, Northern University, Dhaka, Daffodil University, Bangladesh. Dr. Kulkarni is one of the seasoned professional and his instrumental collaborations concluding international conferences, and he's published about 40 papers in scope of UGC Care Journals. He is recognized PhD guide in the various number of university. 10 scholars have been awarded under his guidance and 6 are pursuing PhD, of which 2 will be awarded PhD in this year. He is working as a professor and head Center of Research, Ajenka D.Y. Patel University, Pune. Dr. Vijay, I am really blessed. I got this opportunity to read out about you. In fact, it is an internal vibration within me. Personally, I would love to know you more and learn more. So on a very humble note, on behalf of Global Educators Forum, I invite you to continue with your next 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever, because after reading you, I cannot bound you with the time limit. So welcome to you and over to you.
Thank you, sir. Can I share my screen, please? Can you see my screen? Excuse me. Hello.
Yes.
Yeah. Is my screen visible to you all?
Yeah, visible, sir.
Yeah, I hope that my screen is
Visible, sir.
appropriately visible to you also.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all distinguished speakers who are part and parcel of this global conference, which is organized with the initiative by Global Edu Leaders Forum. And as far as maybe say our esteemed dignitaries are concerned, Professor Beatrice from Brazil, Professor Shivi Singh from Bundelkhand University, Professor Shishi Tan, who had just presented, and Professor Elizabeth Pereira from Portugal University, Professor Vilma Barbosa from Brazil. It is indeed my pleasure and honor to be with you all. I was listening to Professor Shishi Tan, and where Professor S.K. Singh has given the introduction of the program in itself. He has emphasized upon the importance of overall sustainability. And when we talk about, say, education and sustainability, then we are trying to confine ourselves to maybe say one of the domain which is very, very important aspect of sustainability. And we being educators, we being teachers, we being faculties from different university, naturally we are attracted towards it. As far as the subject of the conference is concerned, it is really thought-provoking, and importantly, the different stalwarts, have been invited to speak about the subject. While I was listening to Professor Shishi Tan, he has, given importance about maybe say visibility and invisibility, or the competency and non-competency. He has tried to put forth that when it comes to the competency, how it can be appropriately used. So when it comes to the education and sustainability, I would like to confine myself with the ASEAN countries. I will try and give you overview of what is sustainability all about. As Mr. S.K. Singh, the founder president of Global Edu Leaders, has mentioned in the beginning, that we know what is a sustainability, or there is a lot of knowledge and maybe say the information per se available there in the public domain. But in spite of that, if we need to understand what is the sustainability all about? What is the aim of sustainability? And as an educator, as an individual, what kind of role I can play to ensure that it is sustainable? We cannot keep aside the sustainability from the development. Ultimate purpose of sustainability is to ensure that the activity which is initiated by a people, or maybe say a group of people, by a government, or maybe say by the people's organization, what we call as NGOs, how it is going to be continued. So when we talk about sustainability, it should be continued for a longer period. We need to take into consideration the future of the next generations. So in that context, if we look at it, then we cannot compromise present without the looking after the future generations' need as such. Today I will be happy, enjoying maybe say my rights, but what about my forthcoming generation? Am I responsible for it? And when it comes to the balance between say the economic growth, environment protection, and social equality, the sustainability plays very important role. As it has been said in the beginning by again Professor S.K. Singh, he was referring to the goal set by UNESCO. It is related to the global challenges. And when we talk about global challenges and even sustainability, there are different challenges which are posed in front of the community at large. And we being a human being of the globe need to ensure that we are trying to address those. What are the challenges which are largely faced? If there is a climate challenge, there is a resource depletion, there is a social inequality, there is, there are the things which are related to the long-term decision makings, and there are areas which are related to the agriculture, education, transportation, etc. And as far as we, as a part of global leader forums are concerned, and this conference is concerned, we are trying to confine ourselves with the education. When we talk about education and sustainability, or education and sustainable development, I am using words synonymously, development along with the sustainability, because development is not possible without the sustainability. Otherwise, it is going to be a short-term intervention as such. So when it comes to the education and sustainability, largely we can try and classify it under say maybe say 7 different areas as such. One is related to awareness and understanding. Professor Singh has referred to it. He says that even if you try and maybe say the conserve or save the water, it is also going towards the sustainability. It is going to sustain the challenges, sustain the problems what community at large is facing. So first part is awareness and understanding. And when it comes to awareness and understanding, I'm sure that education certainly helps individuals and communities to understand the principles of sustainability. The impact of human activities on the environment and the importance of preserving the natural resources naturally become very important aspect as far as the sustainability is concerned. And in that context, education plays very important role. Then skill and innovation. What is it all about? Skills and innovation will help people at large to equip with the knowledge and the skills to develop and implement sustainable solutions. Whether in the context of renewable energy, whether it is a context of conservation of water, conservation of energy, sustainable agriculture, or sustainable education for that matter. Third point is empowerment. Empowerment and education plays very important role. As far as education is concerned, it empowers individuals to make informed decisions and take responsible actions which will contribute to the sustainability. It will also help people to participate in the democratic processes and advocate for the sustainable policies. Fourth one is economic growth. As we have said, that education may lead to the certain skilled workforce, fostering the economic activities which will both environmentally and socially responsible and are naturally essential for long-term sustainable education and development. Social equality. Education, when we talk about, say, education, then again the social equality is very important. Education can address the issues related to social inequality, and it will be, also provide an opportunity that resources for all, irrespective of gender, race, socio-economic background, etc. It will also lead for the inclusive growth as far as the equality is concerned, and research and innovation. Research has become integral part of the higher education, and nowadays every single educational institute is emphasizing upon carrying out the education in different areas. And when it comes to the educational institutes per se, the research and innovations are going to be important technological practices which we need to imbibe and put in place. Last but not least, policy development. As we are talking about the education, we need to recall that educated people, or maybe say educated individuals, will definitely contribute in the framing developmental policies, and not only that, but they will also support to regulate and support the sustainability at all levels. When I say at all levels, it is naturally local. That is at local level, it is at national level, and it is at a global scale. And this conference by global edu leaders is an ideal example of it. Different universities, different professors sitting at a different corner of India come together, and this conference, this international conference is taking place. As we know that when it comes to the sustainable development, I am referring to only SDG, that is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 4, which is directly having impact as far as the education is concerned. And it speaks about largely that it should be the education should aim at inclusive and equitable quality education. So under goal number 4, the quality education is emphasized upon, as well as the access to education is also emphasized upon. And in that context, if we look at here, then access to education, then sustainable development knowledge, then global citizenships, skills for future development and future, then lifelong learning, and partnership and resources. If I want to maybe say elaborate or maybe say deliberate upon the points which I have just mentioned for, then again, sir, it will take 2 minutes time. And since sir, pardon me that, I will try and complete in the time allocated to me for obvious reason that we have, really.
Sir, you can take 5 more minutes. Need not to worry. I think content is good, so you carry on. No issue.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much. So when it comes to access to education, the SDG 4 goal 4 emphasize that quality education and accessibility to all is become very, very important aspect, and it should include the vulnerable and marginal groups, right? And by ensuring that everyone has to have access to education to contribute to reducing inequalities and promoting social inclusion. Sustainable development and knowledge, again, education plays very, very important role in creating or maybe say raising or bringing awareness in the social developmental issues including environmental, conservative, then social equality, economic growth. Over and above, inclusive growth is going to be very, very important aspects. Then, well, global citizenship. The quality education will naturally encourage the sense of global citizenship and responsibilities. And it will also foster an understanding of interconnected global challenges. And we as educators, we will try and, work on it. We will try and address on it. The skill for future. When it comes to the skills, then the importance of it is that one need to be equipped with the relevant skills. That is, maybe say the skills are required to be as per the job market. The skills related to the innovations, skills related to the technology, skills even related to the sustainability, skill related to the essentials for future development, even for networking for that matter, and due to which, we are meeting virtually in this conference. Then lifelong learning. As it has been said that, learning is a continuous process. And if we talk about lifelong learning, then it recognizes the education not limited to formal schooling, but it also requires the continuous process of a thoughtful learning. And it promotes the adaptability and ability to respond to the circumstances as and when it comes in the sustainable manner. Then partnerships and resources. Ultimately, it is emphasized that no individual, or maybe say no organization or no nation can even independently address these issues, because it has become global phenomena. And as it has become global phenomena, we have to take into consideration the partnership, and we have to partnership as far as even the resources are concerned. And in that context, it is highly important that investing in education sector and building strong partnership support with the educational institute becomes ultimately very, very important. Education and sustainability, as I have said, that they goes hand in hand. Education is seen as a catalyst for sustainability. Education is also seen as one of the sustainable development goals. Education is again related to the environment. Education is related to the higher education and sustainability. It is related to the access of education, and it is lifelong learning and sustainability. I am not going to elaborate as far as these points are concerned, as I have touched upon few of these points and tried to explain and put my views as far as the education and sustainability is concerned. But I would like quickly take you through the world scenario, or maybe say global scenario. What is global scenario as of now? If we look at it, or maybe say if we look at the global figure, it will be easy for us to understand that around the world, 250 million, or maybe say 17% of world children, they are the one who are still out of the school. I'm talking about maybe say the world at large. And in this proportionate, if we are thinking about the development countries, or developing countries, then this population comes to 31%. All the governments and nations are trying to increase the what ratio it is called as minimum ratio of registration. Then second thing is that there is one term which is called as MLL, which is called as minimum levels of learning. Maybe say at particular age and in a particular standard, you are expected to learn certain things. We are trying to focus upon it. But in spite of that, this is what is scenario. World is developing, world is developed. There are countries who are in the different stages, and we have to see, as maybe say Asian countries, where do we stand and what kind of efforts are required. And I believe that in this context, such conferences and such maybe say August gathering who are contributing to this conference is going to be very, very important. There is one report which is called as World Inequality Report itself. And we are trying to bring in social inclusiveness, sustainable development, access to education. But what this World Inequality Report says, that poorest poor, that is 50% of population own just the total net worth of say 20% of total wealth. And when it comes to 20% of total population, they have world's 80% of the wealth. What kind of equality we are talking about, and how we are going to address these issues. I believe that brainstorming is going to be very important aspects, and maybe say empirical studies carried on the different things are very, very important. And as far as maybe say to conclude with, if I want to conclude about this, then education and sustainability in Asian countries are interconnected and have gained significant attention from the several countries. We need to have education for sustainable development. We cannot simply say that, I am graduated in it and Y is graduated into that. Am I in position to contribute to the society at large, and am I looking at the sustainable development, or maybe say education and sustainability? Then awareness and initiatives. It is very, very important aspects which I have referred to maybe say in my beginning of the talk as such. But if we try and bring in awareness, then probably the challenges will be reduced. And to conclude with, if we talk about education and sustainability, the essence of education and sustainability is nothing but it is the education is the fundamental tool without which sustainable development is not possible, or sustainability is not possible. And we need to foster kind of this engagement at a different level, and we need to address the challenges which we are facing community at large. With this, I wholeheartedly thanks to all the dignitaries who have taken pain to organize this conference. I repeat, if by chance, if I have not named anyone, pardon me for that. Founder President, Professor S.K. Singh, Global Edu Leaders, Professor Beatriz from Brazil, she is also very instrumental, then G.P. Singh, then Professor Shishi Tan, Professor Elizabeth Pereira from Portugal University, Vilma Barbosa from Brazil, and I hope that maybe say such kind of initiatives will be continued. But before I say thank you to you, I am coming up with one new book, and it is going to be naturally on the sustainability and education, or sustainable education. And I would urge that maybe say the details related to this will be shared with the Global Edu Leaders Forum, and with request them to maybe say pass on the information to others, so that it is going to be the extended outcome of our global conference, and we can have our own book, under the banner of this education and sustainability. With this, I put forth my thoughts and ideas. If you have any question, you can certainly ask me. Thank you very much, sir and ma'am.
Thank you, Dr. Kulkarni. Indeed, it was an amazing experience. You started with skills and innovation. You came up with the policy development. And the best part which you touched, that was the global citizenship. It is not a responsibility of any individual country who can bring awareness alone, or who can do the sustainability for the nature. Another area which you touched, these both things are hand on hand. Of course, education is a tool. Education is a platform which creates awareness, And this awareness leads towards the sustainability on the ground. I was amazed to hear you once this sustainability become part of education. Why not we should have a report card? After degree, you have to plant 50 plants. In school, you have to plant at least 20 and they should survive and you should take care of it. In pre-primary education, you plant and you observe for 5 years, 8 years, only this will be mentioned into your report card. My submission, Dr. Kulkarni, by getting inspiration from you, if oxygen which we are using, of course, this is a gift of nature. So where is the oxygen we are preserving for our coming generation? So this is the deposit you spent. Why not it need to be mentioned in a school report card? Why it should not be mentioned into PhD? You will get the PhD only if you plant 100 plants. You inspire others. So these are the things which I want, and I will be honored if you accept my invitation. We have covered one volume of a student's book on education and sustainability. I seek your guidance and mentorship for coming to volume 2, where pre-primary students, primary students need to know why it is important, how we can make this world sustainable. And I would love to have you a mentor. This is my open invitation, and I recommend Beatrice to send a formal letter to you. So at least awareness is most important, and that is possible through the education only. So thank you so much. With my folded hand, your degree, your experience,
Thank you, sir,
is a real blessing for Global Edu Leaders Forum to have you as our mentor. And I wish you accept my invitation to be mentor for us.
Sir, it is my pleasure and honor that I'm invited. And with very politeness and humbleness, I accept your invitation. And
Thank
certainly
you.
we can maybe say,
Thank
and
you.
we can certainly be, thank you, sir. Certainly maybe say as I, sir.
Perfectly all right. Thank you so much, sir. Delighted. Now this is time to invite my elder brother, all-rounder personality, Professor C.V. Singh, who has more concern about the nature, society, and more than that, humanity. If I read out his profile, I think I will not justify myself. So in a short, if I can say, he is man of his principles, commitments, and the real contribution on the society. He is a professor of economics, micro and microeconomics, Indian economics, rural and agri economics, head of department of banking and economics, finance, dean of art, Bundelkhand University, Jhansi, director of Institute of Agriculture Science. I know him personally, so I do believe he is the real inspiration for the nature and nature developer. His experience of economics is very well fitted because a lot of what is being done on the earth in the name of development is directly connected with the economics. I would request, with my folded hand, Dr. C.V. Singh, I will add a question in advance. This Amazon, Flipkart, and all MNCs, why not, should have commitment.
Thank you so much, Dr. S.K. Singh ji and Professor Beatrice Lucia madam. Thank you so much. You have invited to me. I want to say, in very short time, I have prepared some points for this conference, and do not expect me to more, because I am fully pegged at this time, or I am sitting here with my team for a short time. I have demanded to them, please free to me, and I want to present myself in this conference. Thank you so much. We are very thankful to this conference organizer, Professor Beatrice Lucia Madam, Dr. S.K. Singh, and others team members of the your this conference organizers, and I am seeing here other real personalities of the education, Dr. Professor Elizabeth Peria, Maria Emilia Campo, Dr. Chai Ching Tan, Dr. Vijay Kulkarni, and our colleague, Dr. Bilma Barbosha, Aditi Basu Roy, and so on. Thank you so much. I want to present my title directly. Not on, I am not sharing this time. Role of education, my title is this: Role of Education and Addressing Climate Change and Preparing the Younger Generation to Lead. This is the quotation of Secretary General of the UN, Antonio Guterres. Floods, droughts, heat waves, extreme storms, and wildfires are going from bad to worse, breaking records with alarming frequency. There is nothing natural about the new scale of these disasters. They are the price of humanity fossil fuel addiction. As I want to explain my topic: role of education in addressing climate change and preparing the younger generation to lead. Younger generation are the real leader of future. We have to prepare them. We have to train them. We have to educate them how they protect this earth. The Earth's climate is in a state of profound transformation, with outcomes extending well into the future. The trajectory of these changes hinges chiefly on global greenhouse gases emission, uncertainty surrounding the Earth's climate, sensitivity to these emissions. Substantial reductions in greenhouse gas emissions hold the potential to limit the global temperature increase to 2 degrees centigrade or less. However, without these reductions, temperature could surge by 5 degrees centigrade for more by the country's century's end. Education is a linchpin in confronting climate change, particularly in empowering the younger generation to address this global crisis. International frameworks like the UN Framework Convention on Climate Change and the Paris Agreement underscore the impressive and educating, empowering, and engaging all stakeholders in climate action. This study aimed to investigate how education equips individuals to understand, mitigate, and adapt the climate change, prepare them for leadership role in sustainability. It delves into critical aspects of climate education, including curriculum development, awareness, building youth engagement, policy advocacy, and sustainable practices within educational institutions. I have keep two objectives of this study. This study focus on the critical relationship between education and climate change, mitigation and adaptation, particularly emphasis on how education can empower our young generation to take leadership role in addressing these pressing global challenges. The study explored the multifaceted ways in which education contribute to both raising awareness about climate change and equip individuals with the knowledge, skill, values necessary to become effective leaders in environmental sustainability. I have applied a research methodology in this study. I will use descriptive research design and explorative research design both, and I will apply I have applied in this study primary data and secondary data. Primary data we have collected from the students, educators, faculties of the colleges and universities of the Bundelkhand universities, and secondary data has been studied and analyzed from various websites, UNESCO, our Common Future, WCED, and World Commission on Environment and Development, World Bank, that is climate change knowledge, governing through goals, sustainable development goals as governance innovation. Before Greta Thunberg was a global icon, she was a tormented child who refused to eat or speak. One Earth empowering young people with climate and ocean science, 5 strategies for adults to consider. Here is a data worry about climate change and impact on functioning. This data and figures tell us about the how our new generation is aware about the climate change. We have mentioned the cause of climate change: anthropogenic and natural. Anthropogenic factors of climate change are chemical, fertilizers, deforestation, increase in vehicles, emission of greenhouse gases, industries, emission of CO2. And natural factors, a cause of climate change: sunspot, solar cycle, ocean currents, forest fire, volcanic eruptions, meteorites and methanes, etc. How climate change could impact the world? Warmer water and flooding will increase exposure to disease in drinking and recreational water. And through this, death from disease, if about these deaths about 250,000 death from disease by 2030, mainly due to malaria, malnutrition, diarrhea, and heat stress. If the temperature rise up to 4 degrees centigrade, disruption, perception, precipitation pattern and the frequency and intensity of some extreme weather events, pollution and pollen seasons will increase, leading to more allergies and asthma. Through these problems, 7 million deaths from air pollution. And this about cost, if we measure this in the monetary form, cost by 2030, it will be $2 to $4 billion. Empowering young people with climate, ocean science. There are 5 strategies: inclusion of diverse voices, active dialogue based science learning, connection to nature, critical thinking skill, co-created visions of a sustainable future. Youth engagement in climate action and leadership. I want to as I discuss about the Greta Tintin Eleonora and Thunberg, she is a very young and she is 20 years, only 20 years, Swedish girl, an environmental activist known for challenges world leaders to take immediate action for climate change mitigation. At the age of 15, Thungvar began skipping school on 20 August 2018, vowing to remain out of school until after the national Swedish election in an attempt to influence the outcome. So protested outside the Swedish parliament, where she called for stronger action on climate change by holding up a school strike for climate sign and handling out informational flyers. Thungberg rise to world fame made her a leader in climate activist community. So I want to say we are required like a Greta Thunberg young generation. So now I conclude my this study and explain in my full paper and other points. So we have to train and educate and for our young generation. Young generation is the future of this globe. If our young generation aware about the climate change and about the different types of pollutions, when we will keep ourselves safe on this globe, on this earth. So thank you so much. You have given to me a chance for presentation. Dr. S.K. Singh ji and other teams of this conference, thank you so much. All the best. And I want to invite you all in the coming conference, international conference on role of social sciences and humanities in sustainable future. I want to you come physically in India and in our city, Jhansi city. Thank you so much, Dr. Vijay Kulkarni Saab. You are coming on 1st November, and I want to request Dr. C.C. Tang. Hello, my dear. You are invited, most invited. Madam Elizabeth Periyaji, you are also invited in this conference. And Professor Beatrice Lucia Madam and Vilma is here in India. So I am welcoming to you. You come in my city, Jhansi. Thank you so much. Thank you. अपनी आवाज म्यूट है आपकी आवाज.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, brother. Very thoughtful lights on the climate change. Climate change is a changing climate with our own contribution. No one else is responsible for it. And I say, if we are responsible for any problem, only we are responsible for solving the problem. We cannot just discuss the problem, we have to be the part of problem. Anyway, this is my closing request to all the speakers. I have some questions which I would love to share on behalf of the today's talk. Madam Elizabeth, I request you on a very special note, since this conference was hosted by you, led by you, what are the 5 points, or what are the 3 important points which you would like to share to all my viewers, those who are watching, either those who are going to watch through the entire social media, of this discussion from Dr. Vijay Kulkarni, from Dr. Ching Chong Tan, and from CV Singh?
Well, it was very interesting presentations that passed the message that really is very important to discuss and to highlight education. As we saw in all the interesting presentations about education and sustainability. So the competences are really an issue that is very important. So to develop and first of all to identify, as Professor Tan done and very well, so identifying so the importance of identify the competences that we have to have, that we have to pass it in to the students, to the leaders, to the managers, so to the people in general. So they are very important, as well as the case of sustainability. So education, the importance of education for the sustainable development. So this is indeed a key factor, because the countries only can develop, even the developed countries, and most important to the developing countries. So where education is really a locomotive, or is a key for the development of countries. Without education, we can have the development, economic development or sustainable development of societies, of persons, of the countries. So that is really very, very important. And nowadays we see that development is important for the inclusion. Social inclusion is important for the case of decreasing the poverty, and special because we see that with these inflection scenarios that we have in all the world, and that we are previewing that US will be in recession maybe in the next year. So it is really, really very important. We base it on education. We base in this education for development, a sustainable development, because the times are really very difficult, and with education and entrepreneurship and a kind of a survival issue that education gives to all of us, we can survive more able to these difficult times and be sustainable in development, and as well as in the case of the climate problems that it was presented by Dr. Kulkarni. So that are very important to take this in account, as sustainability as all of a program, as all of a kind of issues that are very important. So are not just only the 17 goals for sustainability of United Nations, but all of these all together. We can do it with using education as an important vehicle. We can get sustainability as a development sustainability, and integrate that with the sustainability in the climate change, in all the criteria that made, for example, the 17 sustainable objectives for United Nations. So that was very, very interesting, all the presentations, and very useful. So for our present and for our future. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Madam Elizabeth. Concluded well with taking all insight, very important points. It has been rightly said, once you want to do something alone will be little, but once we do together, it can be so much. This is what we look forward of collaborative learning. We look forward for for passion and compassion together. Compassion, feeling pain because of this all change of diversity, and compassion once you feel the pain of dying fishes and you see the seaside, dying animals on the earth, you must develop a passion to save them. We do think of prevention more rather than we look for a cure. So prevention is a first stage where these all awareness programs we are taking forward. Aditi Vasu Rai is on the screen. She is also one of our very senior principals involved in a number of. So your closing remark, would love to hear you.
Thank you so much. I've just started from school. I would have stayed if I knew that you'll call me now.
No, it's all right. It's all right. Pandemic has taught us whenever, wherever you are, you can carry on.
Yes, it's a very nice to listen to all. Dr. Tang, Kulkarni sir, and CV Singh sir, and everybody. It was very great to know and really learn from how concerned they are about we are becoming as a member of GEL, that becoming on sustainable development goals. And also all of us are working on this goal. The best part is not only presentation and talking about it. Working on it is very important, and teaching children, as Professor Kulkarni talked about the education, how sustainable goal in education, how it helps in education, and how education helps in sustainable development goal. Both ways he's talked about that in education in sustainable development goal and sustainable development goal in education. Both. That was very nice, and everybody, even Dr. Tang also spoke very about the economics and about the commercial aspects, and that GDP of every country, how that is very important. And also that now the Professor Singh has spoken about, that is also very important. So it's all about how we work and how we understand. As we understand, we can transfer it to our students, isn't it? That
Thank you.
we are the what to say gurus. We are the what do you say harbinger of changes, because through our students we make changes, we bring about changes. So it is a very big responsibility lies on us, which I'm very I salute you. SK Singh sir, Beatrice, and really carrying it on and globally connecting everybody. And that's Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam spirit is very important, and that's you are carrying. I'm very happy that Beatrice ma'am and that they have come to India and look, they are connected online. Those are very nice things, and that carries the spirit of Indianism, which SK Singh sir is a symbol of that. And he's
Thank you.
so
Thank you.
in every way, I invite all of you. I thank sir, Dr. Tang also, I invite you to India. Please come to India, visit us, and understand the culture and how we are working for the sustainable development goal. Next year, we are planning to go to Brazil also. So connecting to the world is very good. Thank you so much. It's my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Aditi ma'am.
You are the underground. I'm going underground.
You are the
I'll be disconnected. I'm going
underground. You are the inspiration for all of us. Your words are highly appreciable, because journey of excellence is not all alone. You cannot reach to excellence alone. Professor Tan, and then I will listen to you, Dr. Kulkarni, because I have got a lot from you, especially leadership, motivation, and all. So, Dr. Tan, technically we are very strong, day by day, but emotionally we are getting weak. Let's solve this. I would love to hear on this topic.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, I think we have to use those words that all the presenters have presented, which is, I think, awareness. We have to self-aware ourselves, not only aware of the environment. So apart from awareing the environment, we have to build the competency again on self-awareness. How do we How do we emotionally react to an environment? How do we feel stressed? How do we feel satisfied? How do we every aspect of emotions we have to be to have self-awareness. So once we build the self-awareness, we have to then we will know how to build the competencies to deal with our emotions, such as maybe we have to be like Professor S.K. Singh's, to like Professors S.K. Singh's, that we can globally connect. We should globally connect to our friends, and our friends can give us more knowledge to help us reduce our emotions, something like that. So yeah, something like that, Professor.
Really great. I'll tell you, during pandemic, everyone was upset. So this was a thought of back in mind, why not we connect, we care, and we discuss points. And trust me, now 21 country, I have more than 5,000 my family. So my family is extending, which is blessing me all the time with their good wishes, with their good desires and discussion. Dr. Kulkarni, I was amazed to read about your profile. Again, I pay my gratitude to God Almighty. I'm just reading out your profile, since that was not created in a day. Your profile is, of course, is a result of somehow, if I say in Hindi, others will not understand, but I will explain. Rasari avat jatte silpar parat nisan. It means the soft rope can cut the stone. This is the line which I can read. I can understand from your entire biography. The question which I am looking, awareness at the lower level. When I was a child, I was not made, since India is a country where all nature's element are God. But as urban development is taking place, rural development is in the speed of competing with urban development. There is no place for Chhat Puja. There is no plain water to take bath. Why can't we make this awareness at the lower level? And I have an idea. I want you to throw some light. I want each school-going child should adopt one animal and one plant in their life. They should take care what they can do for them. Maybe it is abstract. I wish I'm submitting this, my idea, my project. I want you to be a guide. Why not education system should have a special column in life skill, your research, innovation, and your own observation. The school quality assessment accreditation system says that self-declaration. Once you say I'm 50 kilo, you cannot be 80 kilo. So why not a self-declaration at the time of birth certificate? And that should be credited till the death certificate, and the property, the land, the money. Why it is in rupees and dollar? Why not in terms of the natural deposit? I will not boost myself, but I have planted more than 2,000 plants, and maybe 1,000 plus are alive. Wherever I go, wherever I find time, let's plant. I did a small project. I want just to share with you all. All students are having milk, those who are staying in urban area, and that milk comes with the plastic coated polythene, which is black inside normally, just to save, and outside there is a branding. They throw every day. What I did, I collected 4 or 5 students together. Can we do something? So this milk plastic half a liter is being collected, cut with the scissor, just turn it, black is outside, put the mud, and small neem tree, small jamun tree, anywhere. The school has an ample area. Only schools I'm talking about. Universities have an area. Flats and shops are not having area. So entire boundary wall of the school colleges should be declared green zone. 10-foot connecting wall will be the green zone, where the plants in the different size, tall plants, small plants, which can produce oxygen. So there should be oxygen deposit account digitally. This is what I'm trying to hear from you and what I'm trying to listen. This was the abstract idea. You can shape it. Would love to hear from you. How can we take this forward?
Yes, sir. Come to our school. We, as you say, we do. We could read your mind, and we have done
great.
it.
So
We
this
have
is
done
I'm
it.
going to
It's
take
ours is the green
going to
campus.
take from Kulkarni sir. We will visit to your school. Kulkarni sir.
Yeah, see, what I gather from what you have said is very, very important aspect. One thing is that on one hand, we are talking about maybe say development, the urbanization is taking place very massively. And on other hand, maybe say, even I am also a born villager. I born and brought up in a village which has no electricity till I attain my, say, 14 years of age or 15 years of age rather. Have we not survived even in those circumstances? And when we try and maybe say, connect it with the sustainability per se and the thought which we have put forth related to the, say, oxygen depository or maybe say the plantation, it recalls me incidentally that, there is one concept, nowadays people are trying to throw light upon it, and it is related to the Bharatiya knowledge system. Right. Bharatiya knowledge system is nothing new. Only thing is that, am I prepared to learn from my ancestors? Am I prepared to learn from my villagers? Am I, prepared to learn, at least listen to them, if not learn, listen to maybe say the people, who are around me. And as I have mentioned in my presentation, see, no matters whether you are educated, when it comes to education, Dr. Baba Amte has said that education doesn't make you a wise animal or maybe say wise human being per se. The degree is for the sake of simply declare you that you are a graduated or you are a post-graduated. But if you are not applying that knowledge per se, as far as your own life is a concern, or maybe say the life of people around you is a concern, then education is of no use. So we need to go back to the villages, or maybe say look back to the places from where we know we hail from, and what we learn, what we see, and how we can contribute to the present society. That is what is going to be very important. Second important aspect is that, if I can behave like a responsible person, what is the responsibility all about? If I go to any foreign nation, there I try and behave myself in the way maybe say others want me. My behavior is regulated by them. That I will not, spit down the street. I will not throw the things down the road. I will stand in the queue. I do all those things. And as a human being, I highly appreciate. Oh, I had been maybe say European countries. That is where I have, observed this. But can I try and imbibe those things when I am back to my hometown? Maybe say when I am with the nature. And if I can do that, doesn't matter whether other people are following or not. But once you start, that kind of a behavior, slowly people will be part of it, and it will be a movement. And the best part of it is we can certainly involve maybe say school children, because they are the young one, who are ready to easily accept the thoughts and ideas. And once they accept it, I have also seen and observed that they will continue with it. So once you imbibe, then naturally you will behave, as you intend to. And the attitudinal changes cannot be brought in maybe say at the latter age. So earliest is the best. I totally agree with SK Singh sir that we can certainly try and maybe say throw light upon. There are certain things, when we talk about say limitations. The limitations we are, very easily count that, oh, I don't have money, people don't support me, I have been planting and I have seen that all the samplings are not survived. That is fine, but it doesn't mean that I should give it up.
Right.
Try and do things. Change will slowly come, and in lifetime, even if I can change maybe say a few things, it is going to be great as such. With this, I maybe say stop at my end, sir. Thank
No,
you so much.
I think, sir, a very, very pointed answer. Let's start practicing. Things will take place, and we are in process. Day by day, we are increasing.
Yes.
I have a beautiful, loving teacher on the screen, no other than Vilma Barbosa. I have seen her students with lots of energy, smile, and enthusiasm, and she keep doing lots of projects. So, Vilma, I would love to hear from you such projects, how they can be connected from heart of students rather than only written book theories. Theories can bring you marks, but they cannot bring the happiness. This happiness is just for a day or few days, 10 days, 15 days, they have scored this. But if you impart happiness on the face, joy on the inner core of heart, I think they can be the real contribution for the education. So Vilma, would love to hear you as a closing remark, how we bring happiness, how you practice with your students learning, how you have been able to do online teaching since you are teaching online and they are connecting from way. People talk about in number of limitations in the learning, having lots of infrastructure. So welcome to you, Vilma, and over to you for next 5 minutes.
Thank you so much. Well, the way we can connect our students and help them learn from heart is realizing that the teacher is engaged and the teacher is willing to be connected with them, because we are so worried about working with the books and completing the books, and many schools are worried about exams and they are preparing students for exams and for going to university exams and more exams. And I can see that the students are stressed out with this because they are just worried about the grades and the stuff. But after 2 days, they had a 10 grade in, they don't remember what they had learned. Why this is happening? Because unfortunately, many schools, we are just worried about completing the books, and we are not teaching our kids to really understand what they are learning. For example, if they are learning geography, why not use the technology and show them, use Google Earth? And once we are learning from India, why not connecting them with students from India and really learning about the real culture, the real things? So the way I have been doing with my students is exactly like that, teaching them in real life, not just with the book. So as I am an English teacher, then I am worried about connecting them with students from different countries to learn English in real life, but also making them aware of how to protect the environment, working with the SDGs, because this way we are preparing our students for the future. We are preparing them to take care of our planet. We are preparing them to take care of the people around us, because this is more important than preparing them for their examinations. Preparing them for life is more important than preparing them to have good grades. This is what I think, and this is what I work with my students, and I can see that's really important that we take care of them. And another point that is really important is that mainly after the pandemic, we need to take care of our students. We need to worry about mental health. We need to worry about their feelings, because sometimes the teacher is so worried about completing many pages of the book in a day, and they forget that the students are human beings. They have their fears, they have their worries, and we have to worry about it. We have to listen to them. What's going on with their family? What's going on with their house? Because these students have their own knowledge. They bring knowledge from their home, and then we have to take that we have to listen to them. And if you listen to them, if we make friends with them, this way they will be learning better, and we are going to have better results in our school. They're going to have better grades, because in most schools, this is the most important things. The good grade is the most important thing. But in my opinion, the well-being, the way the student is feeling, making them happy and connecting with them is more important, because this way they feel that they are important, and if they feel they are important, they are open to learn anything that you want to teach them, and they are prepared to be better human beings in the future, and they will be taking care of the environment and everything that we propose them to do. That's all from me.
Thank you, Vilma. I still remember the quote by Henry Ford. Coming together is a beginning. Keeping together is the progress. Coming together is a beginning, and being together or keeping together is a process or progress, and working together is a success. So, on a very humble note, you all are with us, and we are in the stage of success. I do promise Global Edu Leader Forum will continue with such programs which brings happiness, harmony on the earth. This is the journey which may start, rightly said by each one of you, your contribution. Without you, I'm nothing. I never ever thought I will have such wonderful heart around me, those who are inspiring me day and night. So today's first day, there is lots of learning and takeaway for all viewers, those who are watching, all students, all parents, all fraternity of this global village. We are just divided with thin imaginary line on the earth, but our blood group is same, our emotions are same, and God, either he is Jesus, either he is Allah, either he is Ram. He has given us the equal 2 eyes, 2 hands, 2 legs. He has not created any discrimination. I pay my humble gratitude to all the speakers for coming on the forum, talking about the education and sustainability. This was not possible without your valuable time and contribution. Beatrice is the key link who has been always very enthusiastic. If I say Global Edu Leader Forum is incomplete without global coordinator, will be the very light word for me. Elizabeth, sitting in Portugal, has created another link. Dr. Tan, sitting a corner with the technical expertise, data. Madam Maria, my heartfelt gratitude to you. Your presence is always inspiring. Once I look at you, once I look at Beatrice, I get lots of energy. So keep blessing us and all my viewers, C.V. Singh sir and others. Let's look forward for tomorrow's journey, and this journey will end up till last of my breath. This is my promise to you all. Thank you so much for being here, spending your time. Thank you one and all. So screen photographs with the cheerful smile. One, two. Thank you so much.
Vilma, diga que convida para a tarde, que tem a nova sessão no horário de Portugal, às 2 horas, horário de Portugal, tem uma nova sessão.
Sissy wants to say something? Beatrice wants to say something? Portuguese? Achha, okay. Vote of thanks in Portuguese.
Yes.
Let's have a global family. Yeah. Vote of thanks in Portuguese.